So for today's video, I decided I would try something else. For the first time, this is a non-scripted video, and it's not gonna be about the news for certain reasons that I'm sure most people know. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole. That just reeks of a lawsuit waiting to happen. Plus, the Grammys copyright strike my last video cause I showed 5 seconds of BTS arriving at the Grammys, even though I talked over it. I'm a little mad, just a little. This video is not actually clickbait, but it's not what you think it probably is. This is not about fandoms are a cult, armies are insane, or anything like that, but instead I want to actually analyze if the way that K-pop companies and idols are trained could actually be classified as a cult. For the people who doesn't know, the BITE model, which I will be using in this video, is a model by Stephen Hassan which is used to evaluate if something is a cult. It has 4 points: behavior control, information control, thought control, and emotional control. In this video we will go over the first point, that being behavioral control. Under that there are several key questions that you will ask, and then I will rank them at a 1 to 5, and at the end of it we will average the number out, and then, well, you yourself can decide if you think this is cultish behavior. I will do my best to explain why I give the ranking that I did for each of the different questions. Also, a really quick notice, I have legitimately no idea what to put in the background of this video, so we will figure out when I'm editing what you will be looking at. Question number 1. Promotes dependency and obedience. For me, this is not the worst one in the K-pop industry. While idols do depend on their company, as their contracts are exclusive contracts and they can't really break them, and sometimes they're slave contracts, and as I say this, I do realize that it is worse as I thought. Companies often control how often an idol or group can come back, meaning that they actually depend on the company for monetary gain, as they depend on comebacks to earn money. So they depend on the company, but this is definitely not the worst one, so I'm going to give it like a 3 out of 5. Let's be kind. Building on top of that, with question number 2, modify behavior with rewards and punishments. I don't think there's a question about this one. They are completely controlled by their companies, them being idols. They will force idols to promote even if they're sick, even if they're injured, even if they're throwing up and fainting on stage, which is a negative punishment. And they will reward you with comebacks if you're a good little puppy who does as they say. So this one is not a question for me. This is a definite yes, and I will actually go and give this a 5 out of 5, because this is actually more extreme than most fucking actual cults. Question number 3. Dictates where and with whom you live. I don't think there's really a question about this. Both trainees and idols, when they debut, are forced to live in dorms. Like, it's not a question. Can you even imagine if they didn't live in dorms? We would be so confused if like a group debuted and they didn't have a dorm to live in. And those dorms can be pretty fucking terrible conditions. There's also varying accounts of how long the time they're forced to live there. Like, just take VIX as an example. I don't know if they're forced to live there or they're just attached by the hip at that point, but 5 out of 6 members still live in a dorm. And they are a fairly old group. So yeah, this one we can't question. For many years, even before they debut, idols are forced to live in dorms, so I will give this a 5 out of 5. I think that is the only reason we can be fair here. Question 4. Restrict or control sexuality. Wow. Statistically speaking, every K-pop idol can't be straight. I'm not one for saying, oh, they need to be out at anything like that, but I quite like math, and statistically speaking, somebody has to be gay, or at least bisexual. It's not a secret that South Korea might not be the most gay-friendly place, and there's no doubt about it that a K-pop company would definitely force somebody's sexuality under the ground. But since we more or less don't have specific proofs of it, I will give it a 4 out of 5. Also, female idols sometimes get forced to do services. Question number 6. Control clothing and hairstyle. idols are dolls. We all know that nobody gets to really decide what they wear themselves. And if they get to decide, they are idols who have been in the industry for 7+ years as debuted idols. So yeah, for trainees and new idols, this is the truth. We all know this. I will have to give this a 5 out of 5. This is getting really fucking depressing. I thought this would just be like a fun thing. Let's see how K-pop fits on a bite model. In reality, I'm starting to realize this is a cult. Question 7. Deprive you of 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Again, insane work schedule with idols. This is just kind of expected at this point, which is, as I say, really fucking depressing. Could we make 2019 the year where there's no idol faint of exhaustion on stage? But I don't think we have enough proof that we can judge them too harshly on this, so 3 out of 5 from me. Question 8. Exploits you financially. From trainee debt to historically extremely high cuts of music, and the fact that companies decide when idols can actually work. Again, this is not a question for me. I will give it a depressing 3 out of 5 because this is making me sad. Question number 9. Regulate what and how much you eat and drink. I think we all know about K-pop and diets. I think we all had an idol or two that we have been worried about just how much weight they're losing. Some people could defend it and say that, oh, the idol chooses it itself. But honestly, we know that this is the companies forcing them on them, at least in the start. Yeah, I'm not going eating this one. 5 out of 5. In the end, question number 10 requires you to seek permissions for major decisions. Again, like, the company has control of everything you do. You do have the option to leave. You just need to ask, like, Chris and Luhan for their lawyers' numbers. That's expensive. You do have the option to leave. You're not going to be forced to leave, so I can't give them like a 5 out of 5. But you need to stick. Yeah, I can't give them anything other than a 4 out of 5 here. So, question number 10. A 4 out of 5. That means that in the first part of our bite model analysis, out of 50, the K-pop industry had earned a 41. That is an average of 4.1. That's an average of, oh my god, what the fuck is going on in this industry? What is the conclusion to this? I don't know. Honestly, this was only behavior control in the bite model. There's 3 more points, which I will make separate videos about. But basically, the K-pop industry is a cult and all the idols is about to get sacrificed to Cthulhu. So, there's that. Like, the only way this could possibly be worse if one of the most respected idols ended up having a prostitution ring and somebody else were drugging people and sending videos of them in a private chat. Not like that could ever happen, right? Right? Oh god. Too early for edgy crunchy jokes? Probably. But this is how I deal with things.